You know, it's times like this that I realize that I might be crazy. It's almost midnight now. I've gone through and I started over with the 24 grit, then over 36 grit, and now 60 grit. So I need to go over 80 and 100 and then I can varnish it. But I'm glad I did because this really got out some of the unevenness and the dark spots in there and it looks really good. Whew. Yeah, getting there. Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here at the Red Brick House. And today, actually last night, something happened here that hasn't happened, I don't know, in maybe 20 years. We actually, it's a blow up bed, but we actually slept here last night. We worked till about 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to finish sanding up the floor in this back room and get a coat of varnish on. Already been up. Whew. Up and wetting down the walls. I've taken one of the doors up here upstairs so I can check the clearance on it before I cut the hinges. And late last night, we worked on this, sanding out the floor. But I had a couple places that I wanted to fill in a little bit more before I vacuum it out and get ready to actually varnish it and over in here. So I'll spend about another half hour sanding this or so, get it vacuumed up real good, and then we're going to put down a coat of varnish. We plugged all the holes right there, so that made that look a lot better. We repaired the Widowmaker. We took that out and cleaned that up and stuff. So we'll do the finishing sanding on that, and later today we'll be plastering here to start making this room look decent. Now, here's where it gets to be fun. We've got these three doors. We've got one more door that needs to be painted here to go up so I can get those put in place. And we'll get these doors up here put in. And of course we have our UFO right here. Now here's the best thing. Okay, so we're still a work in progress here, but look at this. My first cup of coffee here at the Red Brick House. Made here at the Red Brick House. Little whipped cream on top of it. Is that froth up under it? I got froth in my mouth. Okay. So today is another great day to get some more stuff done. One of the things I'm going to do today is I've got to take the stove out so I can actually glue the three pieces here together on the countertop, and we're going to start filling in. You can see like the wormholes with an epoxy, and then sand that out, and then we're going to be spar urethane it, so that'll get it together. And I'll be going through with the next coat of joint compound and stuff on here to patch the ceiling. Now the lighting on this thing, this is actually pretty cool because you get plenty of light here. When you're cooking, you'll be able to see great, and I think I'll be able to actually set, if I do a cooking spot from here, I'll be able to set a camera. I got a magnetic holder that will be able to show right down on the food. I can put a camera over there so that way I can be talking to you while I'm cooking and things. This kitchen it's like a dream kitchen, at least for me. I think it's going to be really, really functional. Like the first drawer here will be a drawer of spices. This drawer will be like, utensils for lids probably for the pots and pans, and then we'll have like a drawer here for like all of the utensils for cooking with, and of course the dishwasher's we've got to get the dishwasher and things, but the dishwasher will go there, and you still have plenty of space right through here to have other people working in the kitchen with you. So I think it's going to be really, really nice. I think one of the things I like was, I got to work on this area here, but in the morning you get the sunshine coming through this door. This window, it's great. Now, once we get all this cleaned up in here, and we've got that over there because we were sanding on the other side trying to keep the dust in one central location, it's really beginning to come together well. We put down ram board on the bedroom floor. It only has one coat of varnish on it currently, but we don't want to get it dirty or anything impacted into it. But we can't really do both of those because if we do, we can't use either of the bathrooms. So we figured we'll go through, we'll put Just keep that blocked off. We'll varnish the floor in there, and then maybe tonight we'll be able to put a second coat. And then tomorrow, before we leave, we'll be able to put the final coat down there. That floor will be done. Then when we come back, we can work on the other 2 coats that we need to in the upstairs, and that way we still have a bathroom to work with. It's been crazy, but it's been great working here, and it just amazes me that the look literally changes every day. Time to get to work. All right, so some of the things we're going to be doing today is Tracy's going to get this door and stuff taken care of and the closet painted. I'm going to get the doors hung on the closet over here and the bathroom door, so that way we'll be able to close this stuff off. I've gone through and I've actually recaulked this. I had to put some body filler in here, which case you got to let that dry so we can sand it out, but then we'll be able to paint it. Also, what we're going to be doing is we've got a door that is 29 3/4. This opening is 29 1/2, so we'll be able to use this door right here. So Tracy's going to be stripping that. I've got some spackling up I've got to do, and our floor downstairs. I'm glad I didn't actually varnish it last night, because I found some more nail holes in a couple places that aren't quite as good as I thought they were late last night. Now we get more light on it. So I'm going to go get some wood filler to fill in some of these nail holes that I have and sand that one more time to get it done. And then we're going to slap some varnish on it, and we're going to leave this area till tonight to put another coat on it. But it definitely looks a lot better than where it was before. Also too, in the kitchen, our UFO, yes, our UFO. We're going to be doing some drywall repairing. We'll get our next coat compound up on here so we can start getting this stuff finished. We'll finally be able to finish the ceiling and stuff. And I need to get the hood of the shroud for outside to go in there. So there's that. So there's plenty to do, plenty to do. And there's the other door that's going to be hung upstairs. So I'm excited. If I can get those doors hung, if I can get a couple of coats of varnish on there, get the ceiling put in place, if Tracy can get that door and stuff sanded, and maybe we can actually get that one hung so we actually have a door in the bedroom, will be really, really cool to get done. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to hang these doors too. So we'll be able to see all the cabinets with doors on them. I still need to, and this is one of those things that when things slow down, I can make the drawers for the cabinets, and I do need to take the stove out so I can actually glue the countertop together so it's one solid piece. So lots of things to do, and I'm jumping from thing to thing, but I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, I have sanded the hell out of this floor. Definitely more than I did upstairs, but I want to try and make it as nice as possible through here. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm going to get this machine out of here, and then I'm going to sweep the floor, vacuum the floor, and then we're going to go ahead and put varnish on the floor. All right, so we are varnishing our first coat of varnish on here. Now, they had a clearance sale, because this is a budget job, of Parks oil-based varnish, which is what I usually use on my floor. Basically, it was half price. Unfortunately, they only had 2 gallons of the semi-gloss, and they had a lot of the satin. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to use the satin as the base coat, and we'll put semi-gloss on top of it. So that way we'll get that really glossy finish onto it. I love the way this looks. Now, because it is antique heart pine, and then there are some bad spots on it, you're going to get some light and some dark and a lot of variation in it. But I think it's beautiful. This is literally, the only way you get this is time. And there we go. Now you can see where we ended up having the furnace used to be there on the floor, but it's all right. It's good. I'm okay with that. And over there where we had to patch the floor, where the floor had rotted out, okay with that too. That's just battle scars of what this place has been through. Yeah, I love this. Oh my goodness, this gets us another step closer. So I can go on to something else. I'm gonna wet the walls down here some more because this evening, hopefully I'll be plastering. I'm gonna go through and spackle in the kitchen, the ceiling, so that way that can dry out. But wet these walls down so that way I'll mix some plaster up later and we'll be hitting that. You know what's funny is this house has changed so much so quickly. I did put this door up last time I was here, and I never looked at it from this side. So this side, when the door's closed, you see black because that's the way the windows and the trim and stuff are. Shout out to my wife because she's getting really good at stripping.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Miss Velma's here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Hello. Hold on. Oh boy, we are getting there now. So, forgive me. This is my temporary bedroom at the moment, but take a look. We ended up getting these mini blinds right here, which are the wood ones, real thick. We're putting those in the new part of the house. The old part of the house, of course, we've got the shades. And I've got to make the stop molding to go around the door. But look, this is one of the doors we built in the workshop here. Yeah, we got a door going into the bathroom now. So, get the stop molding. We're going to order antique lock. I need to caulk it up, but not bad look. So as we look around the bathroom here, once we get the door, oh my goodness, this bathroom will be pretty much complete. All we need is the baseboard, the shower door, and I took a shower in here last night, and well, I'm beginning to stink now. I didn't before. I was clean before, but yeah, a little paint here, and we're good to go. I love it. So now we can have some privacy in the bathroom. Yeah, look at that. How about that? Boom. Hot dog. Yes. Yes. We have a door in the bathroom. Baby steps. Baby steps. All right, so I just got finished plastering the walls. And Beverly Bush, who I've talked to a couple times, her ancestors owned most of what it was Augusta County back in the 16 and 1700s. And they ended up being the ones that sold the land for $200 to a Mr. Brown, I believe it was. Mr. Brown ended up building the schoolhouse, which was the first schoolhouse, and I'm told the third oldest masonry school in the country. That's what I'm told. Now, I'm not sure about that. Now, what she told me is Mary, I think it's Mary. Mary is the obelisk that's right here. Okay. All right. Hi, Mary. It's nice to meet you. So this is the first time I've been over here. So this is Mary. Mary was Mary Beverly, and she married David Bush. She died in 1863, but it was 1816 or 1817 that they sold the land to a Mr. Brown to build it. So there you have it. Wow. There you have it. She sold the land to build the red brick house. Hi, Mary. I'm taking good care of the place. Mist and... I can't read it. Is that mist? They that die in the Lord. Wow. It's got chills. Okay. So you see, there's my truck in the red brick house. There's Mary. I've got quiet neighbors. Now there used to be two houses that were right here too. You can see the sewer tap in, which, as we found out, the sewer line, the water line that's through here is galvanized and leaks like a sieve. So the good news is, if somebody ever wants to build a house here, right next to the cemetery, they've already got the sewer tap in, so they don't have to pay for that. So this is 2 lots where 2 houses used to be, right here next to the cemetery. So I met Mary. All right, good people. Whew. Take a break, talk with my beautiful bride, and get back to work. Well, I forgot to do a video last night, so I want to show you what we ended up finishing off. We ended up getting the plaster put in over here. You see, actually, it's dried out pretty good. I had actually dried out really nice. Not too many cracks. I do have a little crack here and there, but not much. A person had mentioned to me about using a Stucco Bond. You can't use a Stucco Bond with lime plaster because it has to be able to breathe. And when you use that Stucco Bond, it basically seals it up and the plaster won't actually adhere to it, because the way it works is you have to wet the walls down. It has to be wet, because it's like a suction that happens. And if it's not wet, that's where you end up getting it. It just falls off. So that's just kind of the way it is. I did go through, I can see some cracks over here a little bit, but that's really, really deep. And that's where I really shouldn't have done quite as deep. But it's flat enough that and it will hold it enough that when you start putting the other coats on it, it'll seal it up. But that's a major improvement from where it was. And what we'll be able to do is, I'll probably smooth this. I'll make maybe a little more plaster before I go, just to even out the bottom of that, and that'll take care of the cracks on there. Then I'll be able to do finish coats on top of the stuff. And I need some more to finish up in here to flatten this out. Once we get it good and flat, then that finish stuff will work. I did have to go across here last night to turn out the lights, but we're going to lightly sand this, lightly sand it, and put another coat of varnish on here, or second coat, which will definitely make it a lot better. In the kitchen, I was actually working in the kitchen late last night. Actually, I was working, these are the other 2 doors for the kitchen. We have, those are the last 2 doors of the black doors that need to go up. So you can see how now the pantry, I'll turn the lights on here, how the pantry's got all of the cabinets on it. We just have to do the drawers. We need the cabinet to go there and the cabinet to go down there. So I'll get those cut and sanded so my wife can go ahead and get those painted. So maybe we'll get those put on. And so last night, you can see I only had 4 clamps that were long enough to be able to do this. So I could only do one side last night. But clamping this piece in here, making sure it's dead on flat and level, we had to pull the stove out, because basically the stove lip, this comes right over top of the countertop, which will mean it'll be a nice even spot once it's done. So this morning I'll go through, I'll take the clamps off of here and put them over there. What we're going to do, you know, this is a very, very rustic piece. And so we have holes and stuff in here. We have wormholes. We're going to clean those things out. And what we're going to do is we're going to use epoxy resin to fill those in. So you'll see the depth in those pieces. You know, we've got a lot of them like this. You know, vacuum it all out. And then we'll sand it, and then we'll do the spar urethane. So that way it will be a waterproof and have the hue to it. Although I might do this with the epoxy resin. If I do it with the epoxy, it's going to be a little bit different color than the body, because the epoxy resin is actually clear. I'm going to think about that one. So we're going to work on getting that squared away too. So if we can get those things done, that would be fantastic. And I've got to do a little bit more compounding here to finish off the 3rd coat of mud. I've buried the tape now. I need to now get the wide putty knife in there. So that's what we got going on, and that's where we ended up last night. And so I'm going to get started getting all the clamps off of here this morning and do that.